I don't know how this is gonna work. Hey guys and girls, welcome. This is gonna be like my first vlog. Woo! Anyway, I'm just driving some logging roads, cause I was actually hoping that there's gonna be some snow. The aim here is to go trekking for lynx, cause I want to find a really nice position for a camera trap. But sadly there's no snow. It's been snowing last night, even down where I live, which is much it's at a much lower altitude than up here, but as you can see, there's just no snow, at least not here. I'm gonna climb some more, and I hope there's gonna be snow on the ridges above where I am now, 'cause if there's no snow, you know, trekking lynx is like damn near impossible. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that, you know, at least higher up there's gonna be something, because it's not looking really nice now. So the situation now with lynx in the area that I'm in currently is there's one lynx in an area that's about 30 kilometers by maybe 15-20 kilometers large. I don't know the square meters of that, but it's a huge area and there's only one lynx. And the researchers haven't been able to color it, so we don't have any telemetry on it, so we need to do everything manually. Okay, so it came true, you know. When I came up higher, there's more snow on the ground. I mean, it's still not a lot, but it's something. I think it's okay for trekking. If I find some fresh tracks from this night, I'm gonna see it. And I've parked the car, and now I'm gonna circle around a specific hill around here, which is a known place for this lynx that I've mentioned before. It's been hanging around here. We've got some footage on camera traps of it, so I'm gonna go and circle the hill, see if I come across any tracks. And I've got these two rascals with me. I've got them on a leash just because I don't want them to mess up any tracks that we might intersect, but I have company, so that's great. So this looks like a good sign. It's the front leg of a deer, of a red deer, but I don't think that it's predation. I think it's just from a hunter, because it's still got all the skin on. Yeah, but still a good sign. Something's going on here, so let's go. And this is a cool place. There's a really big hole down there. You gotta be a bit careful, because it might be a bear den, but this is a really cool place. It's just in the middle of the forest. There's just this cave here. I'm gonna go down there and check it out. You gotta put these two, tie them up here somewhere, because I want to go alone. I actually seen some tracks down there. Let me see if I can show you. There's this small patch of leaves where something's been sleeping on, and there are some tracks here and going into the cave, but they're small, so I think it's a fox or something like that. I'll go down there and check it out. So I've made my way down here. It's this is how it looks. It's actually not a cave. It's just like a place under the rocks. But the important thing is it's dry, or drier than much of the surrounding area. And let me show you. There is a significant amount of tracks here, but they're all from ungulates. I think it's just from road deer. And there's also a lot of hair on the ground, which is also deer hair. So no signs of lynx. Okay, so I took a closer look, and it actually is a cave. There is a cave, and it's very, very likely that it's a den site. You can see in here there's a hole, and it's planted big enough for a bear to get inside. And I think it's time for me to get out of here. Usually I would go check on the edges of the rock if I could find any hair, but I think it's too risky, and I'm just gonna get out of here for now. And I'm gonna remember this location. It's a really good location for camera trap. Okay, so look at what I found here. It's a really, really fresh bear track. You can't really see it clearly here. It's not a super large one, but this is the back paw. Here's the indent of the rear foot pad, and these are the fingers. I'm gonna try and find a clearer one so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so a bit further along the trail I found this one. I guess knowing how the snow fell and what the temperatures are, I would say that these tracks are like a couple of hours old. This is again the rear foot pad here, and then you see the fingerprints here. This one's a bit covered up in here, and in front you can see claw marks going in. But as I said, you know, this was a small bear, probably around 100 kilos, or more likely even less. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay, so we've made our way back to one of the main logging roads, and we're just walking back towards the car. As you can see behind me, on these main roads there's just not enough snow for tracking, but these are the really good ones because you can do long distances really quickly, which means you have more chances of finding fresh tracks. But well, just, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and today the conditions are not perfect, but we're still good enough to get some good tracking in. And one of the things which I forgot to film, I'm so sorry, but I made pictures, you can see them here, is we found wolf scat, or I think it's better to say that they found wolf scat, because it wasn't fresh from this night or yesterday, so it was covered by snow, and I would just walk straight past it. I would never have seen it, but luckily my dogs, I give them a lot of praise every time they find like fox scat or wolf scat or bear scat, so they're used to finding them, and this was the case. And I was able to take non-invasive genetics specimen for the researchers. Maybe if we're lucky the scat was fresh enough and they'll find some useful DNA. We'll see about that. Anyway, heading back to the car, and we'll see what the plan for later is. Okay, so now I'm at the second location, which is a huge, like a sinkhole. It's dry, there's no water in there, but this is like a typical karst thing in this area. And holes like this are places that Lynx often visit. So the plan is to just walk around here, maybe find some nice trails and some nice places where I can put the DSLR camera trap. I'm gonna take some sample images and then I'm gonna think about it at home. Maybe come back and set up the camera trap. Okay, so have a look at this. I found something really interesting. There's this spot right here. You see how it's under this rock? It's always dry, and this is definitely a sleeping spot for something. Considering the size, it could be for deer, but it could also be for lynx. Let's see if we can find some here. I can't seem to find any here right now. That might be due to the fact it was raining and snowing, so they might be washed off. But I can see on this side of the rock that it's dirty from the fur rubbing against it. So this is definitely a sleeping spot for someone, and definitely a really nice place to set up a camera trap. I'll keep this one in mind for sure. Okay, so I guess going around the crater was I guess worth it, because I don't know if you can see behind me, just over in between this rock and a tree, there's an animal trail going all the way down there, and it looks like a really used one. And now I'm just gonna follow it, and I'm gonna see if there are some options for the camera trap. Okay, so this looks promising. This is only maybe 30 meters from where I last was on the trail. You can see it clearly now, just going through here. And wow, this is a really nice spot for a camera trap. Just imagine the lynx right beside this rock, and the whole thing, I guess, looking something like this with the lynx in here. I guess this is gonna work. This is something, this is really lucky. Look at what I've just photographed.